Hey everyone, I'm Exifer. Something a bit different this time. I wanted to do something a bit more personal, a bit more face to face. So I figured we'd have a chat. When I started this channel, I wanted to be able to give you some more obscure information on aliens and other sorts of paranormal stuff. So what good will I be if I didn't try to push the boundaries a bit? In my research, I've come across a lot of alien abduction reports, and I noticed that a lot of people, they say the aliens are telepathic, psychic, they can speak to your mind. Now, there are plenty of animals that give off like pheromones, all sorts of strange signals that we can't receive. That's because we don't have the biological ability to receive it, to understand it. So I thought, if people can hear them in their head, does that mean we have a sort of psychic potential as well? We are ourselves telepathic? Now, I'd always been aware of the CIA's research into psychic spies and remote viewing, so I decided to look into it a bit more. So I did. I went through all their files, the declassified stuff. I watched all the documentaries I could find. I listened to all the interviews. And I was able to reverse engineer their method and try it for myself, which I did. It works, as far as I can tell. Using the HemiSync tapes from the Monroe Institute and learning the concepts they created at the Stanford Research Institute, stuff like analytic overlay, where you have to sort of be careful when you're going into this stuff because you don't want your own imagination or someone else's suggestion to interfere with what you're seeing. So basically, I mean, I haven't scripted anything, if you couldn't tell. Just kind of going on as I do. But basically, I started doing meditation, as they kind of suggested in the files and the Monroe Institute tapes. And, you know, it doesn't happen straight away. It takes a lot of practice. I think of the 3 Ps: practice, persistence, and patience. I had to think of that one. Practice, persistence, and patience, because it's not going to work straight away, and it's probably not going to work every time, and it doesn't work every time for me. But basically what I'm trying to say is, while I was doing this sort of DIY psychic training that I was able to reverse engineer, multiple times I got to a state where I could see my room through my eyelids. Even though my eyes were closed, I could look around as if I was like wearing a virtual reality headset, and everything was where it should be, and everything stayed relative. Like, it wasn't like I turned my head and the image would move. No, like, everything stayed where it should have been. I was looking around a 3D space, and that's happened multiple times. I tried remote viewing, and that was somewhat successful, I believe. I tried to remote view my friend, and I saw like a screen in front of me, and on the screen were just like different coloured blocks in random places. And at first I was like, what is this? I got no idea. But I eventually asked him what he'd been doing, and it turned out he'd been editing music on his computer. And that's sort of like what his program looks like. It's all these different coloured blocks, and it would be in a random place depending on when the instrument comes in. So that was interesting. And then I was also aware of the concept of CE5s. CE5s, if you're not aware, is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. It's the idea that you could telepathically yourself initiate a sort of alien contact. So I gave that a try after I'd started this sort of psychic training. And again, it doesn't work every time, but for me it's worked 3 times, and each time it's been like a crystal clear night, no clouds in the sky. You can even see like the dim stars, so maybe that's got something to do with it. But the first time I was projecting my thoughts, just like hello, 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 into a patch of sky, and then a light moved in to the patch of sky from across, and then it faded out when it got into the patch, and then all these other lights moving in different directions started fading in and out, and then 3 appeared, sort of like as if they made like a scratch mark in the sky. So that was cool. And then the second time I took a friend into the park to try and like do it with him, basically show him that it works, and we saw a distant light moving in the distance, and as it would turn out, that was a helicopter. So but we didn't know that at the time, so we were projecting again like hello, 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 to this helicopter, and then suddenly in the sky, probably a bit lower than the helicopter, and between us and the helicopter, like closer than the helicopter, these 3 orange orbs in a triangle formation just appeared out of nowhere, and they came down and they turned and swooped, and then each orb flew off in a different direction and then faded out. So that was pretty cool. And then the third one was just, I again tried crystal clear night projecting, hello, 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 and then just a pulsing white light moved into this. It's always in that patch where you project, and then it just hovered there for a while, pulsing in and out, and then disappeared. Basically what I'm trying to say is, like, this stuff seems to be real. I used to be very nuts and bolts science, and I still think I am, but there's more that's forced me to accept that I'm not done learning. And I'd really like if you guys would help me out, if you guys would join this psychic training with me. Maybe this is what the aliens are waiting for. Maybe they have a sort of telepathic internet that they're just waiting for us to kind of hack into. I don't know. But I'm going to put all the links to all the essential reading you need to do, all the files, all the videos you need to watch, and the hemi-sync tapes that will help you for meditation. I'm going to put that all in the description. And I really hope that we can make something out of this. Sorry to get quite deep on this, but it's really affected me, to be honest. I've seen the lights, and the lights have seen me. And that's crazy. I know, but it's real. Everything I've said is true. But yeah, please try this out for yourself. Let me know in the comments if anything happens, if you suddenly realise, you know, you're an Omega level mutant and you can bend reality to your will. I'd love to be your friend. Yeah, I'll keep you posted if any more happens, but other than that, good luck. Thanks.